What is up, YouTube? How y'all doing? 20 more minutes. Hey, y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Diddy catches new cases for Tupac's murder. Let's see if my man Will is going to break it down a little further. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Let's check it out.
Diddy's $100 million lawsuit has been tossed out against NBC Universal, right? So he had a lawsuit against NBC that it was pertaining to a documentary that was put out about him, where he said there were some unflattering things said about him that were just not true. And he felt like they defamed him by allowing this documentary to come forward. So the article says Sean Diddy Combs saw his $100 million defamation lawsuit against NBC, Peacock, and Ample Entertainment over the 2025 documentary Diddy, Making of a Bad Boy, dismissed by the New York judge after the network argued that the now in prison rap mogul had admitted in court that he was one of the people responsible for ruining his own career. And that the damage was done well before the documentary was released. Basically, Diddy tried to say, hey, you guys are ruining my career and ruining my image. And NBC and Peacock, the streaming service, they said, bro, you ruined your own career and you damaged your own image. All we did was report the news.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God, man. Hey, you got on that joint and you the one recorded yourself talking to your lawyer, which is dumb. The lawyer is supposed to be you know what I'm saying? This lawyer is here to get you out of trouble, not for you to be. Go ahead, sir. I'm listening. Really? This is where we come to, man. This is where we come to, man. That's crazy. Let's keep going. Here we go. Now you're going to say everybody else, you ruined it. You did everything. You couldn't separate your entertainment to the world from your real family and real life, what's going on in your world. Just like kissing your mama and y'all doing IV drips together. Come on now.
And, you know, it's interesting because this lawsuit is huge for the content creators, because you can't, once the precedent is set that, hey, this is not defamation at the highest courts, then everybody that's pretty much falling under, as long as you're reporting the same stuff, it is what it is, bro. You can't say that nobody's defaming you, bro. You made yourself look bad. So this is extremely important news, but he's fighting these different allegations. And I think that this defamation lawsuit that he lost was in hopes that I think he hoped he would win this so he could tell everybody else they can't make content about him as well, including 50 Cent, including Netflix. You know, if you win one lawsuit, it's easier to win the ones after that, because now the precedent has been set by the courts. However, he lost this lawsuit, so that precedent is now set, where it's going to be an uphill battle for all the other documentaries that came out about him for him to fight against those. Right? So that's important, because that was a $100 million lawsuit, but not so much for the money. I think the money is important too, because I think Diddy needs the money. Obviously, you sit in prison for long enough, you run out of, you're not earning as fast. On top of that, that's compounded with his image being damaged. And I always tell you guys, or I've told you guys in the past, there's a few different ways to make money in business. Few different ways to become successful in business. And a lot of people skip the third one. Everybody knows product. Everybody knows service. But the third one is representation. If you could provide representation of a group to the any type of business, honestly, any sector, whether it's entertainment business, whether it's finances, or whether it's health, or what, if you could be a representative, like your face becomes the product. And in entertainment, that's a lot of what it is. So with Diddy,
that's a service. That's still a service. I mean, I understand that it's a certain type of service, but you providing a service by letting your face be the representation of the product. I'm providing a service. I don't know what he's trying to, but maybe he gonna make a point after this. My bad. Let's go.
He ruined his image. And so he can't provide representation. So you lose a lot of money. So he probably need that 100 million, because Nobody wants you on their commercial right now. Nobody wants you standing in front of their product right now. Nobody wants you. Nobody want to stand next to you right now. So even if he didn't get the most serious charges from the feds, in that sense, he lost. You know, he lost this trial in that sense, right? Like you lost the public image battle that it's going to be hard for him to come back. Now, let's get to this latest update, man.
Okay, let's get to
this. This is the other lawsuit that Diddy is fighting against. It's the Tupac murder lawsuit, the wrongful death lawsuit. So this lawsuit, the headline reads, Tupac Shakur wrongful death lawsuit claims Netflix doc suggested Diddy was involved in the murder of Tupac. Now, it's not just Netflix, the documentary, that's claiming that. The person that actually killed Tupac, and he said he killed Tupac, he's saying that Diddy was involved in it, but we're going to get to that in a second. Now, the article says the case does not name Diddy as a defendant, but repeatedly claims that new evidence and old song lyrics tie him to the long unsolved murder. Tupac Shakur's family has filed a wrongful death lawsuit over the rapper's 1996 murder, and they claim Netflix's recent Sean Diddy Combs documentary lends support to the theories that Diddy was involved in the Tupac murder. The civil case that was filed and obtained by Billboard, which is where I'm reading the article from now, salute to Billboard, was only filed against Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, who will stand trial in August over Tupac's long unsolved murder. But it also targets an unspecified number of John Doe defendants whom the family hopes to identify as the case moves ahead. So basically, Tupac's family is trying to say it without saying it. They're trying to insinuate that Diddy is involved, but they're trying to do it in the right legal way, because obviously that's a big claim and you better have some real proof outside of just a he said, she said, right? But so the lawsuit is technically against Keefe D, but they're tying Diddy into it because they're pulling evidence from Tupac's family is pulling evidence from everywhere. And they're saying, hey, you know, you got to look at this over here and you got to look at that over there. And the Netflix documentary over here, the testimony over here, and the person that said that over there, like all those things tie into Diddy has something to do with this. Right? That's what they're saying. So the article continues and says, one thing is certain, there remain individuals who were involved in Tupac's murder who for 30 years have not been held accountable for their crimes. This is the family lawyer speaking. And the interesting thing about this situation is the family lawyer that's representing the Tupac family is Jay-Z's lawyer. It's the Quinn Emanuel law firm, Alex Spiro. How interesting is that? Jay-Z's lawyer is representing Tupac's family against Diddy. And this is the quote that they put out. One thing is certain, there remains individuals who were involved in Tupac's murder who for 30 years have not been held accountable for their crimes. The article says this is written by the family lawyers from the Quinn Emanuel law firm, which was named in the Epstein files as well. Epstein contracted them to help out Robert Kraft. Robert Kraft is the owner of the New England Patriots. He didn't contract them. Epstein suggested that the Quinn Emanuel law firm, where his guy worked at, which is what was said in the emails that Epstein sent, he suggested that those lawyers go help Robert Kraft. Robert Kraft is also the guy that owns the New England Patriots and brought Jay-Z into the NFL. So this is all like, all these people know each other and they're all tied together, which makes it kind of weird. And it kind of goes back to what does Jay-Z and Diddy got going on against each other? Because like, bro, my lawyer, if I'm Jay-Z, my lawyer is out there fighting against Diddy. I'm also saying I don't have no friendship. I don't know this man, even though I got more pictures than him with him than my kids. Like Jay-Z got a lot of. I'm just curious, man, what's going on behind the scenes between them two? Because he got his hand in it, seemed like it. Like he know all these people. All these people are connected. Anyways. Quinn Emanuel is a prestigious national law firm, the article says. They said this as a quote, this action seeks to change that and to recover damages for the wrongful death of Tupac. Now, who else in their quote, they say there remain individuals who are involved in Tupac's murder for 30 years who have not been held accountable for their crimes. As far as we know, everybody outside of Diddy and Keefe D are dead. If they were all the people that were involved in Tupac's murder, right? So, I mean, who could he be referring to? Keefe D is in jail for it. Diddy is the only one. So that's interesting that's the quote from the Quinn Emanuel law firm. Right? The article says, though it does not outright accuse him of any wrongdoing, the lawsuit is heavily focused on Diddy, who for decades has denied any involvement in Tupac Shakur's death. It claims the new details about the killing were revealed in the Netflix documentary Sean Combs' The Reckoning, which is 50 Cent's documentary, which was released after the mogul's highly publicized trial. The Netflix film and new grand jury transcripts revealed, quote, revealed evidence suggesting Keefe D and Diddy had involvement in Tupac's murder. The Shakur family lawyer wrote this. The documentary lent credibility to a theory that had been repeatedly denied by Combs. So this is all interesting information, man. This is all super interesting. So they're using 50 Cent's documentary as evidence to prove that Keefe D and Diddy conspired together to murder Tupac, essentially. Diddy has called the Netflix documentary, produced by his longtime antagonist 50 Cent, a quote, shameful hit piece, and threatened to sue Netflix to block its release. Now, the spokesperson for Combs did not immediately return a request for comment. An attorney for Keefe D also did not return a request for comment. So we all know what happened to Tupac, essentially. And Keefe D has several times said that Diddy paid him $1 million to kill Tupac and Suge Knight, $500,000 for Suge Knight, $500,000 for Tupac. And unfortunately for Keefe D, he didn't realize that his proffer agreement wasn't an actual full immunity. He had immunity for that one session where he sat down and talked to police. Now, the reason that I started this live with the $100 million NBC lawsuit, Peacock, the Peacock lawsuit that Diddy lost, was because now you can kind of see why Diddy would want to win that lawsuit, so he could sue Netflix and win that lawsuit as well and get this documentary taken down, because this documentary on Netflix that 50 Cent did is tying him to the death of Tupac. You understand?
And that's why.
So it's not just about getting these documentaries taken down because I don't want to look bad if you're Diddy. He wants.
That's why the family is where they at now. The family
to get these documentaries taken down because these are tying him to other crimes. You know, and 50 Cent's documentary, he was also tied to another shooting in LA, and it was in Santa Monica or something like that at a studio. There was a whole bunch of other stuff. But you can see, if you're Diddy, I will want to set a precedent to get this one. Let's go after the biggest one, the NBC one. If we can get them to take their documentary down, then everybody else is going to be scared and have to take theirs down as well. So, unfortunately for Sean Diddy Combs, that did not work out. He lost the $100 million lawsuit against Peacock and NBC, which means he likely would lose any other defamation lawsuits about his crimes or anything that was accused moving forward. So the Netflix lawsuit is probably not going to happen. And people initially, when 50 Cent dropped that documentary, they said, well, why don't Diddy already sue? Like, just hurry up and sue. Send a cease and desist now. He sent the cease and desist, but they never followed through with a lawsuit. And I believe it's because he wanted to see what would happen with the NBC and Peacock, or his lawyers did first. Now, like I said, man, the guy that actually killed Tupac, self-proclaimed killed Tupac, he claimed that Diddy placed $1 million bounty on Tupac and Suge Knight's head, right? And so I wanted to get into the audio of his confession of this. That's Keefe D, who's currently sitting in prison. He's about to be going to trial soon. And I wanted to get into his confession and let you guys hear it for yourselves, so you can see Diddy is tied to this murder, not just because of somebody just saying it. Yeah. Like the person that actually committed it is saying it. Check it out.
On all four of those occasions, there's San Diego, Anaheim, Irvine, and Vegas. Which ones do you actually talk to Puffy at?
Every one.
Every one of them. Which of those four is it when you talk to him about murdering Tupac?
It was really about both of them. Either one. It was
Tupac and Suge, you mean?
Yeah, Anaheim.
After a concert in Anaheim, Keefe D claims that he attended a party with Puffy in a hotel suite. So it's Harrell, you, Puffy, Zip, and a bunch of Southsiders. And what Puffy makes kind of an announcement?
Yeah.
When he says Southsiders, he talking about Southside Compton Crips, I believe. He ain't talking about Southsiders like the homies, like the Mexicans. In California, if you're from California, you know there's a distinction there.
Okay.
In jail, in the county jail, Southsiders are the homies, the Mexicans, the Hispanics.
Okay.
But he ain't talking about Southsiders. He talking about Southside Compton Crips, I believe.
That was stupid as hell too, you know.
What did you actually hear? What was the words? The best you can remember what he says.
Shit, he said he'd kill us anything for them dudes, you know? Yeah.
We'll give you anything for these guys' head?
Yeah, he said it in front of all those people. I couldn't believe it. You know what I'm saying?
In Anaheim?
Yeah. Whole room full of Crips.
So this is after Jake got killed. So he was on point. He was worried about something happening.
Yeah.
She got mouthed off about a bunch of different stuff, so he was scared.
He was scared to death, yeah.
Okay.
A few months later, at Greenblatt's Deli, Keefe D claimed that Puffy Combs furthered the solicitation.
Wow. So it wasn't just one time. Keefe D says it's multiple times. Diddy came and talked to him, came to California, once in Anaheim. Then they said it was another time. Because I always thought it was one conversation that Diddy had. And I was trying to even give Diddy the benefit of the doubt because I know how the streets work from the street. So it's like, I know how street niggas think. Like, you say it you might say it out of emotion or something like, man, bro, I'd do anything for them to be gone, bro. And street dudes be like, yeah, because you got money. They're like, yeah, like, and you didn't even mean it like that. But you can't say that type of stuff around street dude. But it turns out Diddy was dead serious. Like, he doubled down on it. So I guess he was, you can't give him that benefit of the doubt.
What happened that made it something other than just him frustrated and boasting? Man, I'll give you guys anything. I mean, what made it a specific, like, hey, I'm serious. I want you guys to kill these guys.
Right.
Like,
When he told me the greenback.
how's it go? How's the conversation go? I mean, okay, listen, I'll do it, but I need $500,000, or I've got somebody who will do it, but I need $300,000. We need really specific details regarding that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wanted $1 million.
You said you walked downstairs. Did he say, come meet me downstairs?
Yeah, he said, come on downstairs and talk to you.
Man, this dude is so, this Keefe D dude is so, uneducated or something? This guy is talking to him saying, give me the details. No, we was up at $1 million. No, dude, you got to tell the story. The police is almost coaching to the point where none of this stuff can be used. It's like the police is, yo, man, you almost putting words in his mouth. You coaching him. Let him tell a story. Well, obviously he can't tell a story. He can't tell no story.
Yeah.
Listen to how he's saying.
We wanted $1 million.
We was on to $1 million.
You said you walked downstairs. Did he say, come meet me downstairs?
Yeah, he said, come on downstairs and talk to you.
He tells you seriously, man, I need to get rid of these guys. And he's looking at you in the eyes and
That's
like scared.
Yeah.
He
So
just
you're
saying, yeah. You saying, yeah, no, man. The police is doing the talking, and you just saying, yeah, no. That's borderline, man. That's borderline. I'm trying to tell you, that's borderline.
And the specific reason he asked you to come downstairs and talk to him was about that thing, not about liquor or anything. It was about that. Okay.
You tell him we'll do it for $1 million, and he's like, okay, I'll do it for $1 million.
Yeah.
He agrees. You shake on it or something like that.
Yeah.
What happened?
Gentlemen,
Gentlemen's
man,
agreement.
shit, we'll wipe their ass out quick. It's nothing.
Who brought up the amount of $1 million?
Shit. Yeah.
Puffy did?
Yeah.
Okay. Wasn't you?
No, it wasn't me. $1 million. I take it for 50.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Shit.
He said he would have did it for 50 bands. He said Diddy offered $1 million. I would have did it for 50,000. Said $1 million, I'll take that. Crazy.
So he brought up them $1 million.
Yeah. Them project dudes will kill your ass for 1,500.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Shit. We went to eat. We was eating. Man, they gang said, you just beat up Lane. And we was in the hotel. And we had the MGM in the restaurant.
Now he about to get into the night that Tupac was actually killed. And what happened?
There was a few New Yorkers though, who was with them. Like, man, y'all need some help. We got this.
That's what they said?
You guys aren't out in Vegas then with that intention. That's not why you're in
No,
Vegas.
we've been going to the fight since Pat days, the 80s.
So y'all geared up to go to Vegas, and y'all was going anyway. Not even knowing who else was going to be down there. Not knowing if Pac and shit was going to be down there.
We ain't had no pistol. We ain't had no pistols down there, and shit, it was right there. It's your perfect opportunity, baby.
That was Zip talking?
Yeah.
Because of what happened with
So Zip, I think Zip is Diddy homie, and he telling the dudes that end up killing Tupac, like, hey, this is a good opportunity. We all in Vegas right now. It's a perfect opportunity.
He told me in the lobby that he had some Jimmys.
Some what?
He had a Jimmy in the Benz. He had a little secret compartment. Thing popped out. Popped up, yeah.
In the armrest?
Yeah.
Crazy, man. Crazy stuff, man. So that's the night that it all ended up happening. They ended up catching Tupac and they killed him. That's what Keefe D says happened. Now you can see why Diddy is at the center of all the, hey, you got Tupac killed. I mean, even Eminem said it in the song, right? Eminem said it in a couple songs, but Eminem said it in that song. He said the day you put out a hit when he was dissing Machine Gun Kelly. Eminem said the day you put out a hit is the day Diddy admits that he put the hit out that got Pac killed.
He know the bar.
So
that's
it's like,
the bar.
This
he
is kind of
bar.
widely known.
God damn.
That Diddy is accused of being tied to this, right? It's not even defamation because the person that did it said you did it, bro. Said you paid him, you offered him $1 million. Now the dude never collected on the $1 million.
Yep, that's the dumb part.
Even that statement that you hear from Keefe D right there, he was giving that statement to the police in a proffer session, which is temporary immunity for that one session, in order to get out of a drug case that he was fighting. So he gave up, and everybody else that was in the car, was 3 other guys in the car with Keefe D. They all passed away. Yeah, so he felt like, man, everybody dead except me that killed Tupac.
That's crazy.
Or that was a part of it. Like, ain't no problem. I'm going to just say it and get out of this case. Now he's back in jail because he did several interviews after that. And he was talking about how he killed Tupac in those interviews and exactly what happened. And those aren't proffer sessions. And the proffer session that he did with the police right there that I played for you guys is that doesn't cover future interviews or future statements that you make. So he ended up getting caught up. They went to, the police went to Vegas or whatever, found some shell casings or some evidence or something. And they ended up arresting him. Now he's facing trial for Tupac's murder currently. And he's still, I believe he's trying to give up Diddy now. He's like, man, let me try to give up this dude. And hopefully they start looking at him and stop looking at me. Because, the only way to get out of jail is give up a bigger fish. And what bigger fish than Diddy? If you Keefe D. That's the only play he got, really, to get out of jail if he want to ever see his grandkids again. So that's what it is, man.
That's crazy, man. I think this guy is in jail because he want to be a social media star and talk. He started doing interviews. If he would have just kept his mouth shut and went home, stayed off the internet, this dude would not be in jail. But nah, he started telling his story for them little chump change because he was hurting. I'm telling you, man, that negativity and that wrongdoing wrong, man, it's not the way you want to go, man. It's not the way you want to go. I'm gonna get on up out of here. Hey, y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.